Falling down is not a failure. Failure comes when you stay where you have fallen. Awareness of ignorance is the beginning of wisdom. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. If you want to be wrong, then follow the masses. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. In every person, there is a sun. Just let them shine. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is a habit. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Get married, in any case. If you happen to get a good mate, you will be happy. If a bad one, you will become philosophical, which is a fine thing in itself. Do not grieve over someone who changes all of the sudden. It might be that he has given up acting and returned to his true self. Sometimes you have to let go to see if there was anything worth holding on to. Be the kind of person that you want people to think you are. Remember, no human condition is ever permanent. Then you will not be overjoyed in good fortune nor too scornful in misfortune. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. I call myself a peaceful warrior because the battles we fight are on the inside. It is better to make a mistake with the full force of your being than to carefully avoid mistakes with a trembling spirit. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. Lies are the greatest murder. They kill the truth. When you want success as badly as you want the air, then you will get it. There is no other secret of success. There is no possession more valuable than a good and faithful friend. To find yourself, think for yourself. When a woman is allowed to become a man's equal, she becomes his superior. I am a fool, but I know I'm a fool, and that makes me smarter than you. Trust not a woman when she weeps, for it is her nature to weep when she wants her will. The unexamined life is not worth living. Why should we pay so much attention to what the majority thinks? It is better to suffer an injustice than to commit one. Better to do a little well than a great deal badly. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. He is the richest who is content with the least. Do not do to others what angers you if done to you by others. People learn more on their own rather than being force-fed. Be as you wish to seem. Fame is the perfume of heroic deeds. The first key to greatness is to be in reality what we appear to be. The rest of the world lives to eat, while I eat to live. When you want wisdom and insight as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it. Not life, but good life, is to be chiefly valued. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. The unexamined life is not worth living. She soars on her own wings. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. There is no illness of the body except for the mind. The beginning of wisdom is a definition of terms. The envious person grows lean with the fatness of their neighbor. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. If a man comes to the door of poetry untouched by the madness of the muses, believing that technique alone will make him a good poet, he and his sane compositions never reach perfection, but are utterly eclipsed by the performances of the inspired madman. It is never right to do wrong or to requite wrong with wrong, or when we suffer evil to defend ourselves by doing evil in return. Think not those faithful who praise all thy words and actions, but those who kindly reprove thy faults. In every one of us there are two ruling and directing principles, whose guidance we follow wherever they may lead, the one being an innate desire of pleasure, the other, an acquired judgment which aspires after excellence. Give me beauty in the inward soul, and may the outward and inward may be one. A man should inure himself to voluntary labor, and not give up to indulgence and pleasure, as they beget no good constitution of body nor knowledge of the mind. Be true to thine own self. I know nothing except the fact of my ignorance. I shall never fear or avoid things of which I do not know. I was really too honest a man to be a politician and live. The only thing I know is that I know nothing. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. The bad one is that way because of the ignorance, therefore he can be healed with wisdom. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. The wise man seeks death all his life, and for this reason, death is not terrifying to him. One who is injured ought not to return the injury, for on no account can it be right to do an injustice. The examined life is the only life worth living. The true wisdom is in recognizing our own ignorance. The fewer our wants, the more we resemble the gods. Some have courage in pleasures, and some in pains, some in desires, and some in fears, and some are cowards under the same conditions.